Going over to the cultural part podcast, you have the San Francisco weight czar saying that eating less cake is oppressive as fat pride continues to grow. Last part, pun intended. This comes from the Looney Tune area of San Francisco, which, again, if it wasn't for the culture and politics, it is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. I've had the privilege of visiting once for a tech training way back in the day. And again, it wasn't for the taxes, regulations, the culture, and the people. It'd be a great place to live. But unfortunately, no, they're stuck in their insanity. Though pretty good food, I'll give them that. Now, this comes with things to end wokeness. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a Grinch for a second there, but she's actually, no, she's a really big gal with fashion sense from the never, that fashion was never good. Now, he says, San Francisco weight czar Virgil Tovar on why eating less cake is oppression. And, yeah, should have given you a visual warning. She's quite large and unfortunately in charge of something. And again, she has those crazy leftist glasses, which never look good. She has about 15 chins in this video. And again, this is an issue in the United States, especially with there's a lot of people who have a lot of health issues, and there are some people where it's very hard for them to lose weight. I understand that. But I can't but think for a vast majority of people, being overweight is a choice. And we make choices every single day. The most rudimentary argument I always hear is, you have to have a lot of money to eat healthy. Well, throughout my life, there have been times where I did live below the poverty line. And back in my day, you get a 2-pound bag of carrots from Walmart for under $2. Thanks to inflation, that's no longer the case. It's about $249.99 now, or realistically, after sales or extortion tax, about $265, I would say. But again, if you buy from bulk from Walmart and other places like that, you can eat healthy. It's not as convenient to prepare your food, but yeah, I hate hearing that argument of, oh yeah, you can only eat healthy if you're rich. Absolutely not the case. And also, you can work out at home for free. Calisthenics is one of the first things that help our Schwarzenegger get buff, aka things just using your own body weight. Push-ups, sit-ups, those are free. You can do them at home. So again, I understand there's some folks who, due to medical issues, it can be hard for them to lose weight. And I don't mean any disrespect to them. For the people who are making these unhealthy choices and more horrifying, glorifying them, we should. And if anything, we should be pushing each other and encouraging each other to get healthier mentally and physically in the United States. That's not the culture right now. I hope that changes very soon. But no, she is actually praising people to do less and be subpar and be, what's the opposite of excellence? Instead of striving for excellence and be all can be, she's just saying be. In this case, be cake or eat cake. But it's about 2 minutes and 42 seconds long. This might be a not very Merry Christmas if you're watching this whole thing. It could be insufferable, but hopefully it's moderately entertaining to watch her argument. Well, more like insane rant, but nevertheless, let's see what she has to say.
CRFI. If you're like many women, you've been to a birthday party or
Another quick funny note, it's always about the women. There's never fat encouragement for guys, partially because, yeah, guys actually have to perform. Now, I'm not sure. It's funny, some of the comments think this is a fashion show. Obviously not. I have one good suit. Oh, wait. I have 2 good suits now because of my Christmas one. But, yeah, not to make fun of her fashion too much. But, looks like she has a blazer on. And it's pink. And she has about 15 pounds of these artisan-looking beads around her neck. Which, yeah, they look very industrial. Maybe she's doing some weight training. Obviously she's not, but...
small office gathering.
Oh, sorry. Let me rewind that.
CRFI. If you're like many women, you've been to a birthday party or a small office gathering, an event that's meant to bring people together. There's swinging tunes, some adult beverages, and good convo. And then it comes time to cut the cake, and someone decides to ruin everything.
Oh my God, that slice is huge. That slice is bigger than Beyonce's paycheck. Can you cut me half of that?
A cake-related fatphobic incident, or CRFI, is that moment when it's time to eat delicious cake and it's interrupted by a moralizing impulse.
What, impulse means self-control, like eat less cake?
Inevitably, there's always someone at the party who has to declare publicly that their slice is too large.
So you want people to overeat. You don't want people to have, I know she probably doesn't, based on her personality, she doesn't have self-control, but everyone should have self-control and exercise it thoroughly. Well, she should exercise in general as well, but there's nothing wrong with going to a party and saying, can I get a smaller slice? If you're a health nut like me, sometimes you'll be the weirdo who doesn't eat any cake. And guess what? I have a spine, so I don't care what other people think.
and that the person who's cutting the cake, almost invariably a woman, must do some disproportionate amount of labor in order to accommodate their need to feel superior. Let's take a look.
Can you do a little bit, just like, can you like scrape all the frost?
Another conspiracy theory: who's telling women that the cow ring on their nose is attractive? It's one of the most unattractive things on the planet to have the cow ring. It's also hilarious when they're as big as a cow to just reinforce the cliche of wearing a cow ring. I don't know why it's half the dating profiles on the internet these days, but it blows my mind. I don't know who's brainwashing these gals to tell them it's attractive. It's not. And you see this gal who's so lazy she didn't even button up both sides of her overalls. She just has one of the buttons on. Then she has, of course, short hair and a cow ring. Yeah.
Frosting off and cut it in half and give me 2 forks because I'm sharing. Small, like a little bit more, like tiny. No, like less than what you're small.
It's a Christmas special. I'd say she deserves coal. So she's saying it's bad to share? What's wrong with taking a smaller piece and sharing with a friend? Maybe you want to encourage your friend to diet. Maybe you're both trying to improve your health. Again, one of the number one reasons people die prematurely in the United States is health-related obesity-correlated issues. And a lot of that can be prevented. Again, I know some people struggle with their weight because of health issues. I know there are certain outliers, don't get me wrong, and I hope they get better. But for a lot of people, just a few better choices could radically improve your life. Oh, it's about halfway done.
Smaller, please.
Could you just cut my piece into 12 equal symmetrical little pieces and put each one into a tiny little Tupperware so that I can have a bite for each month of 2018?
I thought she was going to say so you could share with each 12 of her cats, which would be a very nice thing to do, but no, she's still thinking about themselves.
Thanks.
There's nothing wrong with getting smaller portions.
Let's take a step back and view what's happening through a critical feminist lens.
Ah, yes, that lens.
CRFIs typically happen in environments where there are primarily or exclusively women. Women are disproportionately negatively affected by diet culture.
Yes, because men and women have different roles in society, yet no one cares when they make fun of men for not making enough money. I mean, it is a cliche adage as old as time that men are providers. I'm not saying they have to be necessarily. Most of them I know are, but, well, yeah, it's one of the reasons why there's more critique against women. Although, funny enough, most culturally in the United States, it's all about giving women accolades and encouraging them to be lazy and overweight. I'll never forget when I saw, and again, let me know in the comments if you do or do not appreciate my moderately ADHD-related comments to the video segments. It's one of those things where the most hilarious thing I ever saw was Dove, which has a long-standing history of pretending they care about women, well, the parent company Unilever. And Dove had an advertisement. They had women the size of Volkswagens using their soap, which my hilarious conspiracy theory is that the same company, Unilever, also owned an ice cream company, a couple ice cream companies. So of course, they want you to get a lot of ice cream and make you bigger because that's, need more soap to use, to clean your body. But I partially digress.
Because diet culture maps onto sexism. Like many parts of diet culture, there is a significant performance component. You have to show others that you are being good. Control.
That you're improving your life? I mean, shouldn't we? I mean, you should want that from all the genders, right? And again, men, usually women, on average, men and women are different. I know leftists don't want to admit that, but guys usually just make fun of each other until they lose weight. Bill Burr, the comedian, is famous for ranting about this. And for men, again, everyone's different, but on average, that is actually a good way to do it. Give them a little bit of positive encouragement, but, make fun of them, and guys will get in shape. Women, on average, I would argue they need a little bit more nurturing and encouragement. And again, I know a lot of female friends who have lost weight throughout the years.
Controlling how much you eat is part of what it means to be a, quote, good woman. This kind of behavior...
No, having self-control is good for everyone. No one should, it's a cliche as old as time, again, the 7 deadly sins, but no one should be thinking, oh yeah, let's not have self-control. Let's eat the whole cake. Let's eat the largest piece possible. Nobody looks good at that at a party. Even when men are eating 25 pieces of cake, like, you always give that person a weird look, like, really? Shouldn't you let everyone else have at least one piece first, Johnny? I'm kidding, I don't even know Johnny in that regard. But again, self-control for anyone, I would say, is unattractive and not encouraged.
Behavior is a way for people to keep other people in check through food moralizing, surveillance, and policing. These are the mechanisms that are at the core of diet culture and weight control. The idea that you can position yourself as superior to others through self-control and self-denial is super sexist.
No, that's how I actually respect a lot of people, because they have self-control, men and women. That's part of what used to be being an adult. I know we have a lot of like people who don't want to grow up these days, but part of being an adult is having self-control. It's why most people go to work every day. They don't just sit in bed and eat. What do people eat these days? Doritos or Cheetos, one of the toes things. They actually go to work because they have self-control. They know they have to have discipline. I know that is a taboo word by leftist standards, but I mean, discipline is the foundation of success.
CRFIs have a history of creating a hierarchy among women and ultimately in maintaining misogynist expectations.
Yeah. And again, it's hilarious. There's all this encouragement for fat women, but nothing for fat men. Just no fat support groups for guys. And if anything, you should be encouraging everyone to lose weight. You live a lot. I mean, there's so many metrics in your life that get better when you lose weight, and yet, culturally speaking, they just want to say, no, eat more cake. I mean, it's good for Duff because I'll sell more soap because that's a lot more surface area. But I partially digress. Maybe I'm alone in this assessment, thinking they're crazy in San Francisco. Maybe we should all just eat so much cake we can't move, like in the WALL-E movie, where you just sit in those little hover rover cars all day. Now, this went pretty well. I got 2.4 million views and 14,000 likes. And of course, needless to say, all those ladies should be on the naughty list. And not in a good way. Now, one of the first comments comes from Base Electrician saying, quote, Trump nominates RFK Jr. to make America healthy again. San Francisco hires an obese woman to convince people to stay fat. Yep, they got 1.5 thousand likes near the picture of her looking hilarious with her attempted smile and 15 chins. Which again, you can take a screenshot of any video, you'll find some awkward frames, some more disproportionate than others. I would argue, probably most of the frames for this video make for awkward, hilarious screenshots. But I'm not going to give her critique too much for looking silly at a screenshot. I did get 1.5 thousand likes. Tim the Toolman says, quote, hashtag Weigel, like gal's name, is gross. She's going to see the consequences of her lifestyle. This is the reality. Muscle mass inversely, he says, muscle mass inversely correlates to morality, getting 5 likes. Paul Zupa says, you know who feels better with cake than being with cake? Being healthy, getting 886 likes. Levercat Media TM says, quote, calling her the weight czar is like calling an overweight, confused man who thinks he's a woman the health HHS assistant secretary. Oh, wait, never mind. Getting 296 likes, which, the Biden administration was very unique in that regard, appointing all those people to positions of government power. Cool Christian Engineer says, hey, woman. There's a fat gal and all her friends say, leave her alone. She's perfect just the way she is. There's a fat guy and all the guy goes, brother, you must, as someone who loves you, I must tell you have to do better. I'm here with you every step of the way. Getting 221 likes, which, yeah. Lifting weights, I won't say lifting weights will solve every problem in your life. It's not that perfect, but many problems in life can simply be fixed by lifting a couple weights, dusting out those dumbbells, and working up a sweat. Now, Wall Street Apes says a cake-related fat-phobic incident, or CRF, is literally a line this morbidly obese health expert just said in a video, make mental institutions great again, and gained 1.1 thousand likes. Retired publicist says, this is the third time I've looked her up to make sure it's not satire. I'm still skeptical. And there's a little off-brand. She's wearing a cheetah leopard design inspired jacket instead of a cow print one. It says, San Francisco hires fat positive body image expert to work for health department, which, that's ironic. Getting 204 likes. Jane Goddard says, stop the fatties. And it's a picture of RFK Jr. car. It says, get in, we're getting rid of fat people. Getting 256 likes. Dave Sullivan, pronouns, respectively, prosecute Fauci, says, quote, who's fat? There's a AI-generated picture of a leftist woman with, well, kind of redundant to say this, but short blue hair, glasses, a beer gut, rainbow on her shirt, and says, and she's eating lots of chicken, deep fried, not healthy. He says, or the picture says, though they knew it was not, they were already out of sexual strike years before declaring it. 179 likes. Let's see. Oh, did we find a contrarian statement coming from Lulu Chang Masergy? Just quote, I'm actually with her on this. I love cake, and no, I don't want a smaller piece or to scrape the frosting off, and anyone who shames me for it is fatphobic and bad. In 24 likes, we did find a contrarian statement. I was going to say, not exactly Christmas miracle we were looking for, but yeah, again, if someone's obese to the rate where they already have like health issues, and again, there's certain ways to do this. I mean, usually it's best, not too dissimilar from management in corporate America. Usually you want to take that person aside, make sure it's a one-on-one conversation, just say, hey, I know some issues with here. I mean, would you want to come to the gym with me? Could I share my, my beef jerky with you? It's low sodium and low fat. Beef jerky's underrated. Going down more and more. The conservative alternative says Seinfeld summarized it 30 years ago. There's the fat naked guy in the subway from the Seinfeld episode. He says, I'm not ashamed of my body. And then Jerry Seinfeld, tis the season. Maybe I'll have a Christmas miracle. I'll have a perfect enunciation of Jerry Seinfeld. So the big guy goes, I'm not ashamed of my body. And Jerry goes, exactly. That's a problem. You should be. Got 1.2 thousand likes. Not quite as many as this video will get, statistically speaking. Although it might get more than 3 likes. That would be perhaps a Christmas miracle all along. Now, scrolling down to the comments, you also have, oh geez, can't be real. Steve Kerwin says, you don't have to fat shame her, do you? She does all this by herself. These libtard Democrats really don't keep on giving, don't they? Can't wait until she gets a Nike sponsorship deal. Go girl, just do it in a healthy way. There's a AI picture generated of her in a swimsuit. Says Nike, just do it, getting 9 likes. You also have, whoa, this one's very popular. Wrestling Mania RN, and his picture of Trump, and the meme says, shit like this is why I won, getting 370 likes, which, yep. One bad dude also says, they want you sick, they want you unhealthy, getting 191 likes, which, yeah, it's a lot more revenue that could be generated from that. Yeah. So we'll see if the fat acceptance continues to grow, pun moderately intended. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope the culture shifts and everyone works hard to get healthier again. But let me know in the comments your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and have a Merry Christmas.